Have you ever visited a marsh and heard a really strange sound? What the heck was that? Marshes have really dense vegetation, so it can sometimes be difficult to actually see what's rustling and grunting around in there. The strange sound we just heard was a stealthy, long-toed marsh bird called a Virginia rail. Join me as I explore the glamorous life of the Virginia rail. Virginia rails call freshwater and brackish marshes in North America and Central America home. Seeing birds in marshes can be difficult, but spotting Virginia rails can be especially tricky. These are small rails that prefer marshes with 40% to 70% vegetation cover. They also prefer marshes with standing water that is 6 inches deep or less with a muddy bottom. Another reason Virginia rails are hard to spot is their behavior. Virginia rails have very narrow bodies, which makes them perfectly adapted for walking through dense marsh cattails and reeds. Virginia rails are mostly a mottled brown, but on closer look, if you can get a closer look, they have gorgeous colors. Breeding adults have orangey red bills. Their sides are black with bold white vertical stripes. The area around their eyes is a delicate gray-blue. Virginia rails have another cool marsh adaptation. Their head feathers are extra strong for pushing through tough marsh plants as they walk. They also have very long toes. These long toes help Virginia rails walk on top of floating vegetation. Rails have the highest ratio of leg muscles to wing muscles out of any bird. This may be why Virginia rails would rather run from predators instead of fly. Virginia rails perform courtship displays that involve a lot of bowing and grunting. Both males and females will perform grunting duets in the breeding territory. They are monogamous during the breeding season. The male defends the territory, while both the male and the female build the nest and care for the young. Virginia rails will build several decoy nests around the marsh. In the active nest, they will lay anywhere between 6 to 13 eggs. Baby Virginia rails look like adorable, fluffy black cotton balls on stilts. The babies can fly less than a month after hatching. Virginia rails love their protein. They eat insects and aquatic invertebrates like flies, beetles, dragonflies, crayfish, snails, and worms. Don't be too smug, vertebrates. Virginia rails will also eat frogs, small fish, and small snakes. Virginia rails find food by probing the water and mud with their beaks. Since they rely heavily on healthy marshes, anything that changes marsh habitat, including habitat destruction and climate change, will threaten Virginia rail populations. Let's keep those marshes healthy for the Virginia rails and all of the other wetland critters. thank you for joining me on my exploration of the glamorous life of the Virginia Rail. See you next time.